So, if you were a part of BG Wealth Sharing when everything went chaotic and funds got frozen, no withdrawals were able to be made, you realize, I'm sure, that two different things were happening. They were saying they were being hacked. They were saying that, that's not Professor Stephen Beard, that's somebody else communicating. Then the bond chat was hacked, apparently. And then they were talking about the Telegram was the official group. Well, through all of that chaos, it was a big diversion happening and a splitting of sides. And it's a slew of people who joined the Telegram group. And in their Telegram group, it started off with just a couple thousand, but now they have two different Telegram groups that have 60,000 people in it, and then another one that has like 30,000 people in it. I do believe that that's a fake group altogether, and the whole, everything about it, on both sides, is seeming not to be trusted altogether anyway. But it was brought to my awareness to cover this because I didn't. If you just look at some of the verbiage that they're saying, hopefully none of you had joined the Telegram group because, I think it's a recipe for disaster if you just look at some of the things that they're doing in terms of the money that they're saying that you'll make based on the deposit that you made. I'll go over the numbers and the details. Now, if you're a part of the community and you've been tapped in with me, let me know if you did join the Telegram group and if you are a part of the new platforms, because I believe they did connect their platforms and exchanges to Binance and things of that nature. But I believe it's just somebody who saw the opportunity to extract a certain amount of people from BG Wealth Sharing, started their own thing, but still using the names Professor Beard, as well as the guy that's, supposed to be the CEO of the DSJ exchange, which, seemed to be AI from the beginning altogether. But it's being ran by them. They got the Atlanta. Every name in there that you would typically see in a bond chat is in there as well. But it's just, they're on a totally different time frame on how they are operating in terms of what you're going to make based on what you invest. And you'll see the numbers. But let me know, are some of y'all in that actual community and trading on that new platform, or did you not jump on board with those, the Telegram group? And I say that because out of 30,000 or 60,000 people in these groups, somebody has to be putting money in there to see if they're going to be able to get money out of there. So I wanted to cover it in the event that it was you. So hopefully, you're not, because I can see this being a recipe of disaster. If you did put money in, of course, I want you to be able to get a return on your investment. But I believe this is they just seized the moment of chaos, created their own community, and got people thinking that this is the real community. But it's just a matter of time for this turns out detrimental for people financially. But let's go over some of the numbers and we'll wrap up. So, like I told y'all in previous videos, I joined the group just so I can observe and see what was going on in both the bond chat and the Telegram and kind of choose my own discernment. And at the end of the day, I trust neither the bond chat nor the Telegram. But they're still posting in there, still recommending people to bring other people in, still having people to make deposits and things of that nature. So I know it's just a certain amount of people who are making deposits, putting money in, because the law of numbers says that if it's 30,000 people in the group, 60,000 people in the group, a certain amount of them are putting money in. And hopefully it's not you, because, I think it's just heading down the slippery slope. So they say the BG, now I just clipped a couple of things. I didn't want it to be lengthy, but BG comp plan, minimum withdrawal, $30. You can withdraw anytime. For example, if you invest in Wealth Sharing A, they got all of these different categories. Wealth Sharing A, which costs $200, you will earn $5 daily. It will be directly credited to your account every 24 hours. So based on the amount you invest will determine how much you earn daily. So as you can see, $200 will earn a person $5 daily. Now what some people are doing, they're going to say, okay, that means I need to be in here for 40 days in order to make my money back. That's how they're doing the math. And then if you look at Wealth Sharing B, for $50 will earn you $12 a day, all the way down to a person investing $44,000, earning them $3,000 a day. So these are the numbers that they're throwing out there in terms of the rate of return a person will get, on the guaranteed tip. So you gotta smell that this is, a scam within itself. If you have not seen this, I'm sure you already know. But for those of you who may have considered it or actually joined, you know, you might want to quit while you're ahead, if that is the case. And then they had some other events that took place, you know, and it was going on for a certain amount of days, to where a person who invested $300 would earn $75 a day, $500 would earn $190 a day, $1,300 would earn $520 a day, all the way down to $33,000 being deposited can earn a person $18,000 a day. So if you don't see that this, you know, is definitely something that is detrimental, then I don't know what to tell you. But I know certain people probably tapped into this, so I had to cover it and just let it be known. Then one of the previous things that took place, I guess it was some type of loss, and they're trying to help people recover from whatever losses took place. And they said they launched a plan with a 300% profit. This can be purchased up to 5 times, letting people purchase some of these things multiple times, and then let you know, hey, this event will be removed in 24 hours. I mean, I'm sure it goes without saying, highly, highly, highly questionable, to say the least. So that being said, hopefully you hadn't tapped into that. I know that's the writing's on the wall on that, you know, in both categories, but definitely with this one in terms of how this will end. So I just wanted to cover that, because I know a certain amount of people see the numbers, see the money, and they just naturally want to give it a try, because people are looking for solutions. They're looking for alternatives. They're looking for ways to offset inflation and things of that nature. They're looking for ways to get ahead. I get it, but you definitely want to be more strategic, focus on skill sets, assets, and access. I got something that I can't wait to share with you all, that I feel will help the person who does not know how to trade, wants to trade, but does not want to necessarily go through the language barrier of learning to trade, because it is a whole new language within itself. So I can't wait to share it. Stay tuned in, stay tapped in, hit them bell notifications and subscribe, so that way when I say, hey, this is a play that can position you to be self-sufficient, you control your money, but it positions you to have a strong ratio of wins, because that's what you're looking for. You're looking to win a certain amount of 7 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times, like to be profitable. That's what you're looking for. Now, if you're a trader, then you know sometimes you can win less and still be profitable, but that's a whole nother conversation. But this right here, I think is going to be a game changer for people, and it puts you in a position. It's not MLM or none of that, but it puts you in a position to win, even if you are not a trader or have not traded before. Of course, you have to learn, you know, certain tool sets, but that's okay, because when you're learning certain tool sets, that means that you're strengthening your skill set in that area, that positions you to be able to accumulate a cash flow stream in the form of an asset that can also position you to have access to what many people don't have access to. So it'll cross all T's, dot all I's. So I can't wait to share that with you. Mr. Smith signing out. Salute.